I'm pretty mad to really mad.
At Bill Maher.
No, I'm past him. So the update is that yes, they had a new voting machine in at least one particular county in Kansas, and yes, they are having computer issues. Yes, they say it's going to take 2 to 3 extra hours to sort it out. I'll tell you what I'm mad about. So, okay, so that sucks. And we were hoping for those results, obviously. And this was a really interesting night. And those results are vitally important. But I'm now worried that they screwed it up so badly that they might not have the results.
Yeah.
So, how many times on the show have we talked about, God damn it, get the voting booths right? So a lot of local yokels are like, oh, we got it, man. Whether it's the stupid Russia interference or just, for God's sake, verifying the vote under any and all circumstances. Oh no, we got it. You don't have it. You don't have it.
Nope.
It's new voting machines. Something went wrong. You know why? Because something always goes wrong. I don't know how computerized it is, right? But you know how many times there's mistakes with computers? Only 1 billion. You think they have the best tech guys in the world in the middle of Kansas? Maybe they do. Or maybe some other people have better tech guys. So when they come out with those results, I hope they're right. And it's terrible either way. Either way, they just come out with magically Brent was leading. Oops, we fixed the computer, he's not leading anymore. In which case there will be a fucking rage like they've never seen before, right? Or, oh yeah, Brent won. Well, now you tainted the victory a little bit because of your stupid fucking computer problems, which we warned you 1 billion times. Make sure that we get on this. Okay, I'm in a rage, man. That asshole Donald Trump, oh, Russia's the best, America sucks, we don't have to do anything about our voting. With fucking Republicans, we asked for $250 million to fix the local voting problems in this country, and they refused to give it. They're like, oh, we got it already. It's all figured out. We just covered that story last week on the show.
Yeah.
It's all figured out, don't worry. We don't need any extra money to fix voting issues in America. Oops, a computer is not working. It didn't occur to you that you might have computer problems. And again, it's not about just this district. What happens when we go to the general election? Yeah. There's not one computer problem, there's 17 computer problems. Number one, you're gonna have 17 computer problems in a good case scenario across the country in a general election. And then what if it's not a good case scenario and there are people trying to hack in? And maybe they're foreigners, maybe they're not. Maybe it's just somebody who decided, hey, you know what? Money in politics isn't working like it used to. Fuck it, let's do something else. Do you know how painfully easy it is to hack into those computers? God damn it, they totally screwed up this fucking election. So if you're wondering, the people tweeting in about how we're cursing, well, be careful what you wish for, right? So since it's not part of the cable packages, et cetera, whatever, we can curse. So I'm gonna keep on cursing because I mean, I hope it gets sorted out and I hope that it's fine. Now, what if it doesn't sort out? Now, the things I'm gonna rage about are not even the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is, oops, we fucked it up. Then what are you gonna do? We don't know what happened. We don't know what the votes are. Then what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do the election over? Are you gonna do the election over only in that county? When would you do the election over? We told you to fucking fix the computer, fix the voting system. How many times did we say it? 1 million times. But everybody in power is sitting around going, no, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. No, it won't. You said you had, you don't have it. See, it's like, it's not only am I pissed because it's, in my opinion, along with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Allison Hartson, this was among the most important elections of the entire primary season. Kansas' 3rd district. But I'm also mad because it affects so much more about our election system. But I'm also mad because this is now, maybe it's personal, but it's a pet peeve of mine when people say, oh, I got this. And I can tell you don't have it. You're just giving out false bullshit bravado. Oh, I got this, don't worry about it. And it's always the most incompetent people who say that, right? And then, lo and behold, it turns out you didn't know what the fuck you were doing. So here we are, you just gotta sit here, whether we're on air or off air, and at some point, they're gonna have some result. This is the voting system in America.
We don't treat it like it's important, that's for sure. I have never used one of those machines, whether computer or non-computer, that seemed like it had been designed by a person who knew what a machine was or how it was supposed to work.
I mean, think about how preposterous it is. That's why it gets under my skin even more when people say things that are obviously irrational, and then the whole world goes along like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Oh yeah. You're telling me, forget Kansas, man, name it, Kentucky, Bronx, state of Washington, Hawaii, you name any place you like in the country. All of those local officials, all across the country, are all computer geniuses. They all know how to protect that particular machine better than any hacker in China, any hacker in Russia, any hacker in America that wants to do something nefarious. They all know that guy in the middle of Kentucky and in the middle of Rhode Island, somehow all of the local officials we have are the top computer experts in the world. Bullshit, obvious, monumental bullshit. So for God's sake, this is a national security issue. Are we gonna actually have votes we can rely on? Or are we not? And then we're just gonna go, oh, okay. And after an election, you know what they do? They always like, okay, don't disturb anything. People will get panicked. Just, it's fine. No, we looked into it. And every time they look into it, it turns out he came back fine. He came back fine. What the fuck does fine mean? Right? Can you verify it? No. We will not verify it. Local officials are all computer geniuses and all have to be trusted 100% without verification. This is the fucking state that we're in this so-called democracy.
We talked about, on the Damage Report, we talked about a hacker conference last year that had some of the voting machines brought in, and there was a competition to see if they could crack them. And it was comical how easy it was. You plug in a USB key, you access the Wi-Fi. Some of the default passwords are literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A joke on Spaceballs from the 80s is the actual password. Here's the thing, you know what's really hard to hack? Paper.
No, we got it. We got it, guys. Don't worry about it. We got it. You don't have it. So here we are. No one knows how that county is going to come in.
When the results come out, how are we supposed to interpret the information? If votes are lost and there is no paper trail, how would we ever know? How would any individual know that their vote had not been counted?
I'll tell you this right now. If right now Brent Welder is leading, if they say, oh, I had computer problems, and but trust me, now he's losing after my bullshit computer problems, and I'm not going to let you verify it, we will fucking march to Kansas, man.